Friends, hello! I'm happy to welcome you to the hollylolly channel. And today, I'm going to tell you some crazy facts about Japan that I haven't shared before. You'll find out why Japanese offices have special companies for crying, what insane flavors the local Kit Kat has, why Japanese people nod along during conversations, and why politicians and celebrities resign over scandals even if their guilt hasn't been proven. Japan never fails to amaze us with its unique traditions and strange habits. But these facts will truly shock you. So, are you ready to be surprised? Then let's go! Cuddle clubs. Imagine a place where you can go just to lie down and cuddle with a stranger. No romance, no talking, just like that. These places really exist in Japan. They are called soinya, which means sleep store. For a certain fee, you can sleep next to a girl or a guy, hold their hand, rest your head on their lap, or simply feel the warmth of another person. For Japanese people, this is a kind of therapy for loneliness, because in big cities, people often feel isolated and lack physical contact. That's why this service is in demand, even though to us it may sound insane. The Japanese are masters of politeness, but sometimes it goes to the extreme. If you've ever been to Japan, you've probably noticed how polite Japanese people are. They always apologize, even when the situation doesn't require it. At first glance, it's incredibly pleasant. People show care for each other, creating an atmosphere of respect and kindness. But sometimes, this politeness becomes absurd. For example, in Japan, people might apologize for bad weather. A store clerk might apologize to a customer for the rain, as if it were their fault. Or if a train is late by just 1 minute, an apology is announced over the loudspeakers, and sometimes the conductor even bows publicly. But the true peak of the apology culture is the public repentance of celebrities and high-ranking officials. If a person is accused in a scandal, they are expected to apologize publicly even if their guilt hasn't been proven yet. And if it involves a large company, the consequences can be global. That's what happened in early 2025 with the Japanese TV host Masahiro Nakai. The media reported that he paid a woman 90 million yen, about $577,000, as compensation after a conflict between them back in 2023. Details were not disclosed, but it was said to involve inappropriate behavior on his part. The scandal led to over 30 major companies, including Toyota, Nissan, and McDonald's, refusing to advertise on Fuji TV since the network's leadership had hidden information about the situation and continued working with Nakai. As a result, the head of the network and the chairman of the board resigned, stating that they were taking responsibility for what had happened. To us, this seems unbelievable. In most countries, celebrities either cover up such situations or simply ignore them. But in Japan, honor and reputation are sacred. Robot waiters and virtual idols. Japan is a country of technology, and here you can find robot waiters who fully replace humans. In some cafes and hotels, customers are served by androids with artificial intelligence. They not only take orders but can also hold a conversation. But that's not all. Virtual idols and digital stars, who never existed in real life, are incredibly popular in Japan. They perform concerts, release songs, and even gain armies of fans, just like real celebrities. One of the most famous examples is Hatsune Miku. She is a virtual singer created with the Vocaloid program, and her popularity is off the charts. She has millions of fans around the world and gives concerts in the form of a hologram. Think about what kind of future awaits us when people start going crazy over those who don't even exist in reality. Marriage to a hologram. Imagine marrying a virtual character. In 2018, a Japanese man named Akihiko Kondo officially married a hologram of the virtual singer Hatsune Miku. By the way, here she is. I have her in a Little Red Riding Hood version and a Christmas one. So, if you love Hatsune Miku, give this video a like. It was a real wedding ceremony with guests, rings, and a wedding dress, only the bride was a hologram that existed inside a gatebox device. Kondo admitted that he had been in love with Miku for many years and that she helped him avoid loneliness. But the most interesting thing is that he's not the only one. In Japan, there's an entire culture of virtual relationships, where people form real emotional bonds with fictional characters. The future has already arrived, and it looks pretty strange. Japanese people nod along during conversations. If you've ever spoken with Japanese people, you've probably noticed that they constantly make sounds during a conversation. This is called izuchi, a special way of communicating where the listener continuously shows they are paying attention. While one person is speaking, the other keeps nodding and making small sounds. For example, when I'm talking on the phone, I constantly hear the other person making these sounds. It doesn't mean agreement, it just shows that the person is listening carefully and engaged in the conversation. This is especially noticeable during phone calls. Unlike us, Japanese people can't stand pauses in dialogue, and they feel the need to constantly confirm that they are still on the line, otherwise, the speaker might think they're being ignored. To us, this might seem strange, but in Japan, silence in a conversation is seen as disrespectful. Cuddling with rented boyfriends. Now here's another fact that sounds crazy, but in Japan, it's completely normal. Imagine being able to rent a guy just to cuddle with him. In Japan, there are services for renting men to cuddle. They are called soina service, and they allow women and men to pay for the experience of simply lying in an embrace with an attractive partner. It's important to understand that this has nothing to do with adult entertainment. This is just a type of paid comfort. Many people feel lonely, and such services help them experience warmth and care without any romantic obligations. Just imagine, it might sound like a sci-fi movie to us, but for the Japanese, it's a regular way to relax. Strawberries for $100 and luxury fruits. Have you ever bought a single strawberry for $100? In Japan, fruit isn't just food, it's a luxury item. Unique varieties of grapes, melons, apples, and strawberries are grown here and sold for outrageous prices. One of the most expensive melons in the world, the Yubari King melon, can cost up to $5,000 per pair. Can you believe it? And ruby Roman grapes are sold for around $500 per bunch. Why so expensive? It's all about the unique cultivation technology that makes the flavor perfectly balanced and the appearance flawless. These fruits are often bought as gifts and symbolize prestige and respect. So next time you see expensive fruit in the supermarket, remember that in Japan, one strawberry can cost as much as a good dinner. By the way, if you love fruit, give this video a like to support my work, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, I'll be very grateful. Musical roads. In Japan, some highways have special grooves that create melodies when a car drives over them. Why is that? Well, first, it's just fun and interesting. And second, these roads help drivers stay awake, especially on long stretches of highway. Musical roads can be found in different parts of Japan, and they play melodies every Japanese person would recognize, for example, popular folk songs. So even a drive here turns into an exciting adventure. Toilets of the future. Japan is not just a high-tech country, it's a place where even going to the bathroom becomes a tourist experience. Japanese toilets can heat the seat, automatically lift the lid, and play nature sounds to mask other noises. They're also equipped with bidet functions and adjustable water pressure. Some models can even analyze your urine, determining sugar levels and other health indicators. And most importantly, all of this is controlled either from a panel or even from a phone app. So yes, you can spend a long time in Japanese toilets, not because you're sitting on your phone, but because there are just so many cool functions you want to test out. Animal islands. In Japan, there are unique islands where only animals live and people are almost absent. For example, Cat Island, Aoshima. There are more cats than people here, and they've literally taken over the entire island. Tourists come to feed and play with the local furry residents. There's also Rabbit Island, Okinoshima, a place where hundreds of rabbits roam freely across the area. It's believed they appeared here after the closure of a military facility from World War II. A couple of deer in the town of Nara. It's not quite an island, but it's a place where deer roam freely through the city, calmly approach tourists, and even bow back if you bow to them. Once again, Japan proves that it's a paradise for animal lovers. Strange Kit Kat flavors. Kit Kat is one of the most popular chocolate bars in the world, but in Japan, it exists in hundreds of strange flavors. You can try Kit Kat with wasabi, soy sauce, sweet potato, sake, salted watermelon, matcha tea, and even roasted sweet potato. Why Kit Kat specifically? It's simple. The name of this chocolate bar sounds similar to the phrase "you will surely win" in Japanese. Because of this, it's often given as a good luck charm before exams and other important events. So in Japan, Kit Kat isn't just chocolate, it's a lucky charm that also tastes good, though honestly, not always. Men's pads are normal. In Japan, you can find hygiene pads for men, and this is a completely ordinary product on store shelves. They are designed to absorb small drops of urine so that underwear stays dry and fresh throughout the day. Additionally, Japan has an enormous variety of feminine hygiene pads. Some have antiseptic properties, are scented, or even cooling, to provide maximum comfort. In this country, hygiene is a science, and people take it very seriously. Bowing even on the road. In Japan, bowing isn't just a tradition, it's a part of everyday life. People bow to coworkers, friends, teachers, parents, and even drivers. For example, if a pedestrian crosses the road and a driver lets them pass, the pedestrian will definitely bow as a sign of gratitude. Drivers also bow to each other on the roads, and even bus drivers bow to passengers before the ride begins. It's not just etiquette, it's a philosophy of respect. And that's exactly why the Japanese are considered one of the most polite nations in the world. Loudspeakers in public places. Even though Japanese people are very quiet in daily life, on the city streets you can hear real sound chaos. Political parties drive around in cars with megaphones, shouting out their slogans directly in the streets. Advertising trucks play loud music in announcements, promoting stores, sales, and even new idol albums. Police also use loudspeakers to remind people of rules or to warn about suspicious individuals. It may seem strange, since it's not acceptable to talk loudly on public transport or in public spaces, but on the street, it's a completely different atmosphere, and loudspeakers are totally normal. Short skirts and modest swimsuits. In Japan, no one is surprised by mini skirts, especially among schoolgirls and young women. The skirt length can be so short that it barely covers the underwear, and that's completely normal. What's strange is that swimsuits, on the other hand, are much more modest. In Japan, you rarely see revealing bikinis. Girls prefer one-piece swimsuits or even swimsuits with sleeves that look more like sportswear. This combination seems contradictory, but in Japanese culture, female sexuality is perceived differently than in Western countries. Also, by the way, Japanese women wear such swimsuits to stay pale and avoid getting a tan. Politicians resign if they fail to keep their promises. In Japan, politics is built on honor and responsibility. If an official fails to fulfill their duties, breaks promises, or becomes involved in a scandal, they resign, and this is considered a normal and respectable act. There are no excuses or attempts to cling to power. If someone has let the people down, they step down themselves in order not to tarnish their reputation. This approach to responsibility is rare in the world of politics, but it's yet another unique feature of Japanese society. Silent mode on the phone is mandatory. In Japan, you can't disable the camera shutter sound on your phone, even if the device is set to silent mode. This was done intentionally to prevent covert photography. The thing is, Japan faces the issue of hidden photography in public places, especially on public transport. That's why all phones sold in Japan, even iPhones, make a sound when taking a photo. And you can't turn it off, even if you're just taking a picture of a cat, for example. So, if you're used to taking quiet photos, be prepared. In Japan, if you buy an iPhone or another smartphone, it will work quite differently from what you're used to. Crying offices. In Japan, there are special offices where people can go to cry. Some companies create crying rooms where one can be alone and cry it out, then return to work with renewed energy. There are also crying cinemas in Tokyo, where they show the saddest films, and a special person sits next to you to comfort you and hand out tissues. In Japan, tears are seen as a way to relieve stress, and sometimes a person just needs to let their emotions out in order to feel better. During rush hour in Tokyo, special metro staff literally push people into train cars to fit in as many passengers as possible. These workers are called pushers. Their job is to pack people into the train so that everyone fits and the doors can close. At first glance, this may look completely insane, but in Tokyo, such measures are a necessity. Millions of people commute to work every day. So, if you think your subway is crowded during rush hour, you simply haven't been to Japan. In Japan, adult entertainment services are more socially accepted than in many other countries, and men can speak openly about visiting certain types of establishments without facing stigma. There are even special types of establishments that offer such services. Legally, this is prohibited in Japan, but there are loopholes. For example, if a customer simply bathes with a girl, it's no longer considered a violation. Topics like these are taboo in many countries, but in Japan, it's just a part of adult life that people can openly talk about with friends or colleagues. The Naked Men Festival. One of the strangest festivals in the world takes place in Japan, Hadaka Matsuri. Every year, thousands of men strip down to a loincloth called a fundoshi and participate in a mass run to attract good luck, strength, and prosperity. One of the most famous festivals takes place at Saidaiji Temple, where participants must catch a sacred amulet thrown by a priest. It is believed that whoever catches it will be lucky for the whole year. So, if you want to experience an unusual and very bold ritual, welcome to Japan. Bat-like ultrasonic sounds against shoplifters. In Japan, an unusual method is used to combat theft. Bat sounds. Some stores play ultrasonic recordings that repel potential thieves. For regular customers, this sound is barely audible, but for criminals, it causes a sense of anxiety. The idea is simple. If a person feels nervous, they're more likely to make a mistake and get caught. Yes, in Japan, even crime prevention involves high technology. So, those were some crazy facts about Japan. Friends, write in the comments which facts you didn't know before and what surprised you the most. Japan is a country that never stops surprising us, and that's why we love it. It has unique traditions, crazy technology, and social norms that may be shocking, but they are what make Japan so special. And which fact surprised you the most? Please write in the comments. Friends, thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye!